Okay, so this is Stephanie, who's had a long second day. We've just finished up and we've been concentrating on brows today, haven't we, Steph? Yeah. So this morning we normally just have Kate working on a client in the morning. We actually had a very experienced permanent makeup technician who's been doing it many years come in and actually got to work on her straight away as well, which we don't always do, but obviously you felt confident enough to start off. So how was it, first of all, meeting one of our previous students that's doing obviously well? How was it sort of meeting up with a previous student?
It was really interesting, quite exciting, because she's obviously done really well.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really sure if I wanted to. She seemed really happy for me to do it.
Yeah.
So I thought, right, we'll go with her.
She had the confidence.
Yeah. Once I started, she was really pleased. So I just thought, actually, I'm enjoying it. So we just carried on.
Fantastic.
And
she was buzzing as well because she's like busy. She obviously trained with us like nearly 4 years ago now. I mean, she came in, first thing she said, well, what did she say? First thing she said, just done £1,000 day yesterday or something.
And one tomorrow as well.
And she got another £1,000 day booked tomorrow. Yeah. So it's like she's got in between coming and having her brows done, she was making £2,000 in 2 days. Yeah. And obviously I think your ears picked up as anyone's would. And to think, well, hang on a minute, this is quite, it's quite inspiring to see people that have been through the process, stuck to what Kate's taught and sort of...
for her to say that she was really pleased with what I did was the best thing to hear, because she's critical and she knows what she's doing. So
yeah, exactly.
She knows what to look for.
And she's been through the process and she knows what it's like as well to be in that position. And then obviously we had a little bit of a lunch break, a quick lunch, and then we had another client in this afternoon where actually you got to do, well, Kate just said you did nearly 1 hour and 3/4 of work pretty much, so you must be a bit tired now. But how was it sort of doing an in-depth sort of treatment on...
I really enjoyed it. More than I ever thought I would.
Really?
I thought, it feels like it'd be good for me. Like this would be something I'd enjoy.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. I found it really relaxing, therapeutic, almost like colouring.
Oh, really?
Enjoyable.
Excellent, fantastic. And it was a completely different client as well, which is nice, to the first one. Obviously, we sort of had a sort of younger client, the first one, successful permanent makeup technician. Then in the afternoon, we had one of our older clients come in. And did you notice any difference in what you were sort of doing, style-wise, or how did that sort of work?
They both actually were very similar in colour. Yeah. Rose is quite a character, the older.
Yeah, both got dark hair, haven't they?
Yeah, she just loves a strong brow. So they were both powder brows, both darker.
Yeah.
Ironically, they both were, but they were both so happy.
Oh yeah, exactly. Actually, what did Rose say? Because Rose has been in, obviously, over the years. I think she hadn't done for a year or so. She's just come back for a sort of a yearly colour boost, which obviously you got to do pretty much all of. So what was her sort of comments on your work?
Well, it was almost like a new treatment because she'd lost nearly all of it.
And so she loves the sun, doesn't she? And she doesn't like putting the sun cream on, so it faded a lot.
Actually, this is pretty much from scratch, even though it looked like it was. We thought it was just going to be a go over the top. It wasn't. And she was so happy. She said, "This is the best they've ever been." So,
yeah, and she's been back many times over for about 5 or 6 years. I think she's been coming here once a year or so, getting them topped up and redone and things. And she actually said it was the best one she's had so far.
Yeah, so I don't really feel like it's real at the moment.
Have you actually found the whole day sort of how Kate's been training and stuff as well? Have you found your questions have been answered as you're going along?
I have gone to bed with not one thing that I thought, I could have asked, or Kate could have said that. No, nothing. And
we do always try and say Kate won't let you leave until you know exactly what you're doing. Yeah. And hopefully that's come across.
She can tell when you want to know something.
Yeah.
And you only have to ask. You're not afraid to say, actually, I didn't get what you just said. You should go straight over it. You don't feel like you're bothering her by asking her for a third time.
I guess she probably also knows what you're likely to be thinking, having gone through the process many times herself.
She does read your mind, and then she quite often says, "Oh, sorry, I didn't explain that because I do it all the time." And then she said, "All you have to say is look at her," and she just goes, "Right, let me say that again." Yeah. And it just makes sense.
Yeah, I suppose that's also the advantage of having one-on-one training and having that personal touch, because you can imagine if you're in a group and once again you may not want to ask people comfortable asking it in front of people.
I'm sure I would not feel anywhere near as pleased and confident as I do now in a group.
Yeah.
I'm sure I would.
And that's coming from someone who's in the beauty industry as well in a way, so it does go to show that you really can go at your own speed. It's going to be an advantage as well.
Yeah. Because I've done group training in the past, I've done one-to-one, and I've just realised the advantages of just getting that focused attention.
And a lot of people do make that error of sort of trying to save. It's understandable because it's a lot of money to do the training, but to sort of save the money up front and thinking, oh, I'll save the money on group training, go on a group training course, and then lo and behold, they've then got to pay someone else to retrain them. That's quite often.
But I just feel like you only get one shot to get it, the first shot. So there's only one fair shot. So
Excellent.
I wanted to get it as right as I could.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't start this again.
Yeah.
This is the start, and I wanted to get it a good start.
Excellent. You want to hit the ground running as well, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So a great second day. Hopefully you won't be dreaming of brows all night long.
I did a little bit.
And same tonight, and hopefully an early night tonight.
Another one, yeah.
Another early night tonight. Yeah. And then we're obviously working on the eyes tomorrow.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Really looking forward to it.
Excellent. Well done for today, and we'll look forward to catching up with you later in the week.
Brilliant.
Cheers, Steph. Bye.